Good morning. We are still here camping at Kofa National Wildlife Refuge, and we had a super windy night last night, so we actually had to take down the tent that covers our outside kitchen. And so we're going to be cooking out in underneath the sunny skies this morning outside, but I'm going to prep inside. You know how much I love prepping inside. It's just so much easier. So I am going to start inside with just doing a topping that goes over these breakfast burritos that we're going to be doing. These are the ingredients that you need for this. Just a couple of avocados and a couple of jalapeno peppers, a little bit of lemon juice, and then also one green onion. And so the thing that I really like about this is that this topping can be made ahead and then just throw it in your fridge or your cooler until and leave it there until you're ready to actually make the eggs and the bacon and all the stuff that actually goes inside the burrito. So I'm going to start that here. One of the reasons that I really like doing all my prep inside is just because everything is right here. I'm not dragging things in and out of the trailer. I use a little carrying tray to bring everything out to actually cook outside. We're just going to be chopping these green onions and putting them in a bowl. Now I am using a paper bowl here because I want a non-reactive bowl. I'm hoping that these avocados are still nice because we've been camping for a while and I didn't use them right away. I have had them in the refrigerator, but we'll see what they look like here. And they're beautiful. If I would have had those not in the refrigerator, they would be pretty ugly right now. So the beauty is that they're nice and soft, and you've seen me. I shared how I like to do these avocados. It's super simple. Just make sure when you run your knife through that avocado that you are not going through that skin because you don't want to cut your finger. So use a nice sharp knife, and then score it both directions, and then you can just smush this stuff right out of here, and it turns out just beautifully. Sharp knife try to go to the middle of the pit, and then twist and get your pit out of the avocado. Now this recipe actually serves 4 people. Pete and I are having breakfast alone today, so I am not going to half the recipe. Not the topping. I am going to half the recipe on the burrito part itself. And the reason is I love having this kind of thing in the refrigerator. It's great to use the leftovers if you have something like this in with some chips. So it's almost like a guacamole that you're making here. Not quite, but it's close, and it's great to put on sandwiches. I'm going to go ahead and roll my lemon so I get as much juice out of this guy as possible, and cut this thing in half and squeeze this out. Now I don't want any seeds coming out of here, so actually I do use a lemon juicer. I've got a lemon squeezer, I should say, not a juicer. And it just is easier to keep the seeds out, especially when you are actually going to be eating this. Now, if this was just oops, there goes my alarm. I have to remember to pause Starlink when we're done with this trip because, you can pause Starlink. Oh my gosh, we love Starlink. We would never be able to do the things that we can do when we're out in the middle of nowhere boondocking if we didn't have Starlink. It's a wonderful tool. We absolutely love it. And it's nice to it's kind of expensive, but it's nice to be able to start and stop it. And if you're not using it, you don't have to keep paying for it. We do have it on all summer long when we are on the road for the entire summer. But in the winter, then, we're kind of going back and forth. We're camping a lot, but we're not full time in the winter time. So we actually do turn that off. I'm seeding these jalapeno peppers, and if you don't like a ton of heat, you might want to reduce this down to just 1 pepper instead of 2. But you know, I'm pretty wimpy when it comes to heat, and this actually has really good flavor for me. So as long as I de-seed these peppers, I'm in good shape. So kind of adjust as necessary. When you are using jalapenos or any kind of hot pepper, is to make sure that you are, you know, kind of chopping them up pretty small so that you don't get a one big bite when you are eating, especially if you've got people in your crowd that are a little sensitive to heat, kind of like me. This is kind of like a brunch-ish meal because, you know, with the avocado and the jalapeno pepper and stuff, it's got some really nice flavor. So Max and Izzy have been so good on this trip. They both were great on our travel days. We had them doing 2 travel days, and Izzy didn't get sick on either one. I was so proud of her, and they are loving right now hanging out. They find their little sunshine spots, and you know, we cover all of our furniture with throws so that we don't have to do a lot of cleaning. It's easier to just kind of take a throw and take it outside, shake it off, and get that cat hair off and stuff like that. And then when we get home, or our next, you know, stop where we're actually going to be doing laundry, it's easy to take those things, throw them in the washer, and get them clean. So it also helps to protect from they have hind claws, so it helps our furniture a little bit stay a little less marred up from cat claws, which is always a good thing. This is our topping. Now I would cover this if I was going to just leave it in the refrigerator for, you know, a day or so. Now, if I was going to leave this in the refrigerator for that long a period of time, I would cover it with some like saran wrap, some plastic wrap. And then what you need to do is push it down. Even though there is lemon juice in here, this avocado will start to get a little bit brown. So you want to cover it and try to make sure that there's no air that's actually touching the avocado, and then it'll stay nice and green. But we're actually going to start cooking right away. We're starving. These onions are going to be going into the eggs, and like I said, I am going to half the egg part, the burrito part of this recipe, but I did make a full serving of the topping. I need a cup of shredded cheddar, but I am out of shredded cheddar. Yes, I'm out. So I took my white cheddar block, and I just kind of chopped it up here a little bit. This is going to get all melted in. You know, when you are camping and you are in the middle of nowhere and you can't run to the store, you just kind of make do with whatever you got going on, right? I'm going to beat a couple of eggs and get out the bacon. This is how I do bacon. And we actually, if we're cooking and we've got a lot of people that are, you know, joining us, I'll actually just defrost a whole thing of bacon. This is, I think, 1.5 pounds. But when it's just Pete and I, before we leave on a trip, I actually take the bacon and I slice them because it's just easier to manage half slices instead of full slices. And then I put them in a food sealer bag, and I make them smaller portions so that I'm not taking out 1.5 pounds. I'm just taking out, you know, what we need when we need it. And it makes it a whole lot easier to manage when we're trying to defrost as we go through a trip. I need 3 slices of bacon. A lot of times I'll cook extra bacon because well, you know, Pete likes bacon. But I will use it in things like salads and like BLTs. There's kind of always a use for a little extra bacon, so I will go ahead and cook some more bacon. I need to beat 3 eggs. I like using a little coffee cup to crack and beat eggs. We're almost out of eggs. And you know, the cost of eggs nowadays, oh my gosh. I told Pete, like, once this dozen is gone, we're done. We're not buying any eggs. Like, it's almost $1 an egg now, right? Crack those right in here. And you know, Pete's always testing our bacon and our cheese. How's the cheese? Gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. And if you were cooking extra bacon, how many extra pieces would you cook if you know, wanted to have a little extra for later in your trip? Pete, how many bacon pieces should we cook today? 10. Okay. All right, so we are ready to go outside. Start cooking, I guess I should say, right? All right, let's go. It is so weird. I feel like I'm standing out here almost like, you know, it almost feels like I'm naked in public or something without having our awning over the top of our kitchen area. It's just weird. There we go. We're gonna let that heat up. You know what? All of my recipes I have on my website, and they are printable, so you can print up a copy if you want. I'll leave a link for this recipe in the description below. Remember what I said about it's like not getting too windy? We came out at just the right time. Oh my gosh, crazy. I think I am gonna use the wind guard. I use thick bacon all the time. We like thick bacon. Unless a recipe actually needs like a big chewy piece of bacon, I'm always using regular or thick bacon versus regular. Gonna go grab a jacket and I'll come out with the avocado topping. I'll be right back. There's nothing better than the sizzle of bacon, right? On a camping trip in the morning. If you have not ever camped here at Kofa National Wildlife Refuge, it is one of our favorite spots to go. And we've done several videos on this place. I'll leave a link in the description below, but it is such pristine desert. And if you're thinking about coming, if you have a chance to come in the springtime. So we're here, actually today is Valentine's Day. And we're getting into the warmer part of the, you know, coming out of winter and approaching spring. And the springtime is just so pretty because the desert just is, it's a lot more green and a lot more colorful than people realize, especially when it's pristine desert and everything out here is so natural. So if you have a chance, come then. It's not too hot where you need an air conditioner, because obviously when you're boondocking, that's always a challenge if you got to turn on your air. But the weather is usually beautiful at that time. It's a pretty time to see the desert. We are cooking our bacon really slow, and slow cooked bacon actually is a really nice thing where it gets cooked through and it's not burnt or whatever, but it's a little bit too slow. So I'm going to go ahead and put our wind guard. The wind is coming from the back, so I'm going to go ahead and put this out here. The one thing that I don't love about this is once I put the wind guard here, I can't open this lid without moving the wind guard. So we actually, when in my talk at the Grand Design Rally, I had someone share that, actually Linda, she was awesome in sharing information about what they do and how they do their setups and things like that. And she said that she's got a little magnetic thing that actually goes around the Blackstone to give you that wind protection. And the magnet helps it to stay connected, and you can move it around to whatever point you need it so that you can actually still open your lid. So we ordered one of those. I'm excited to try that. This thing works really great for our camp stove, and it works good here too, unless you actually want to open the lid while it's back there. So I'll share with you when we get our new one how well it works. One of the things that we had to do because it's been so windy is all of our anything that can blow away was ready to blow away. So we put rocks on things, so all of our grill covers and our Blackstone cover and stuff didn't blow while we were having high winds. Obviously we got the bacon grease here. I'm going to leave a fair amount on here because eggs tend to stick on the Blackstone. and I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna add the onions first, saute them a little bit. Ooh, it's getting windy. It's amazing how much heat that wind robs from you. So right now, all I want to do is give a nice little saute to these onions, get them softened, and then we'll put the eggs in there and scramble everything up, throw some cheese on top, and then we'll start to build our breakfast burritos. So the bacon is supposed to be crumbled for the recipe. You can either crumble it or you can just leave it and put the slices in there. I think it's easier to eat when you crumble it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Pete's gonna test the bacon to make sure that it's good. So I'm guessing that Pete's going to eat half of this bacon before we even build the breakfast burrito. Yep, that is a pretty good bet. He is agreeing that's a pretty good bet. You're gonna have one more piece of bacon before I finish?
I might have to do a triple check here.
Okay, triple check. You know, we know that if there's anybody who's willing to risk their life to test if the bacon is good or not, or cheese, it's Pete.
That's the kind of guy I am.
I know. You are a great guy. Yeah. So when you build your wrap, make sure you just kind of pile everything in the center and then roll, fold and roll from there. I love using spinach wrap. I think that it has great flavor compared to just, ooh, my wind guard blew off. Oh! Now our onions are looking nice and softened and slightly browned. So I'm gonna make a little circle there and I'm gonna add the eggs. I did put a little bit of water into the beaten eggs and I'm gonna throw that in here and I'm gonna keep that from running to the back of the griddle. We are not level here, you can see that. Eggs are one of those things that will definitely let you know if you set your grill up right. They're not set completely, which is exactly what we want. Now we want to add the cheese so that that can melt in there all together. And I'm gonna crumble this up a little bit. Ooh, losing cheese. That's one of the reasons I like cooking outside. Make a mess, easier to clean up when it's outside. Since I'm having a hard time keeping this heat going here, I'm gonna go ahead and add my wind guard and hope that it doesn't take forever for that cheese to melt. Oh, I found an extra piece of cheese. You know where that's gonna go. I really like using spinach wraps because I think they have great flavor and great color. Lay the tortillas out. I'm going to put some bacon on the bottom. And I'm building everything here in the center. So Pete, tell me when.
Yeah, a little more.
More? See, that's why we cook extra bacon. All right, so really, that's about how much I should be using. Now we're going to scoop the eggs. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. I know that all that is melted in there. Take my wind guard off again. We've got a beautiful looking pile here. Smells good, doesn't it, Pete? Half on one burrito, half on the other one. I got some bigger pieces of cheese in there that didn't completely melt, but that's my fault for not having enough shredded cheese and being too lazy to shred the cheese. And then we're just going to add as much topping as we want. This is a beautiful thing. The avocado, the green onion, the jalapeno peppers, and that lemon juice, it's a perfect combination. I am not a good roller, but what you want to do is kind of put that kind of close to the bottom of the tortilla. And then we're going to fold in the sides and we're going to start to roll. And we want to keep as much of this down here as possible, so when we roll and continue to roll, everything kind of gets wrapped up real nicely. Looks pretty good, right? our breakfast bacon avocado breakfast burrito. I hope you enjoy this as much as we do. This is a longtime family favorite. I'll leave a link for the recipe in the description below. Let me know what your favorite breakfast recipe is. I'd love to try something new, and I will talk to you soon. 2 thumbs up.